Why play Graves jungle? Well, he clears quickly and healthily, he puts out a ton of damage, he's a brilliant duelist, and he's strong throughout the entire game. However, he doesn't bring any hard CC, and he is reliant on skill shots where missing a Q, W, or ultimate can really hurt him. Graves' passive is his double-barreled shotgun. Graves can have 2 bullets in his shotgun at a time, and using a basic attack will consume one of these. When out of bullets, he will then reload. The reload time is reduced by Graves' level and his bonus attack speed. Graves' basic attack fires 4 bullets in a cone. Enemies hit by a bullet take a good amount of damage and then take reduced damage for each subsequent bullet. And Graves' critical strikes shoot 6 bullets instead in a wider cone. In addition, non-champions hit by his basic attacks are knocked back, which makes jungling incredibly easy. Graves' Q is a skill shot which throws out a T shape and leaves it on the floor. Enemies hit by this are dealt damage. After 2 seconds or upon hitting terrain, the T shape on the floor will then deal damage again to all enemies within. Graves' W throws out a circle on the floor which deals damage to all enemies hit, slows them, and applies near sight. Enemies afflicted with near sight have their sight massively reduced. Graves' E is an auto attack reset which causes him to dash in a direction and reload 1 shell. In addition, he gains a stack of True Grit which will grant him additional armor, and he gains 2 stacks if he dashes towards an enemy champion. Graves' ultimate is a very long range straight line skill shot which deals damage to enemies hit. Upon use, it also causes Graves to throw himself backwards. When this hits an enemy champion or upon reaching the maximum range, it will then explode in a cone, dealing 80% damage to additional enemies. For combos, your go-to will be to use W into Q and an auto attack, following up with E into 2 auto attacks before using ult. And your engage combo will be to use E into W, following up with 2 auto attacks into your Q and ultimate. For matchups, Graves is great into a lot of bruiser junglers who can easily kite and deal tons of damage to. And he can struggle against junglers who can get on top of him and blow him up, or ones he simply can't outduel. For runes, take this. Fleet helps everything you want to do. For build order, start Red Monster and Pot into a Ghost Blade and tier 2 boots. After this, a Collector and Black Cleaver are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start E then Q then W before maxing Q then E then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Smite. Starting the game, you have a few different options. The safest option is always to do a full jungle clear. This will make sure you're as strong as you can be if you need to fight for Scuttle Crab. And of course, a full jungle clear is just the most effective way to maximize your gold and experience gain. Otherwise, you can do a quick level 3 clear by doing both buffs and one other camp into an early gank. However, Graves doesn't bring much CC, so it's usually best to do this when you have an incredibly free gank with a teammate who brings a lot of hard CC. When ganking, always consider the 3 main points of where is the lane pushed to, what CC does your team bring, and what escapes do your enemy have. When ganking, your role is to simply put out a ton of damage. Entering the mid game, your main focus is going to be on objectives, so get to objectives early, set up early vision, and look for picks and skirmishes, which Graves loves. Entering late game teamfights, you want to play a sort of mid-range AD carry role somewhere between the front line and the back line. You deal tons of damage and usually heal quite a lot at this point too, so as long as you can keep shooting, you tend to be fine. So keep attacking anything in front of you using Q and ultimate to deal tons of AoE damage, using W and E to keep yourself alive.